All right, everyone. So sorry for all the delays. That's bad on my part. But yeah, welcome to day two of Theothon, a speedrun charity livestream created by Team ICO Speedruns in honor of our beloved community member Theo, who passed away in July this year. Theo was a runner of the Last Guardian, and he quickly nested his way into our community and our hearts. His progress was quick, and his passion and love for the game was far greater than anyone else's. Despite Theo's physical condition making it very difficult for him to even play video games, his absolute courage to push through and help others was astonishing. He was incredibly brave, and he would never let that dampen his spirit. Theo went above and beyond with his kindness to us all, and so to better represent that spirit he left behind, we have decided to raise money for the Fight the Stroke Foundation to help improve the lives of young stroke survivors so less children have to fight through what Theo did. And a little bit about the charity as well. Guided by the belief that all children should be equal at birth, Fight the Stroke wants to ensure a better future for young stroke survivors, children with a disability of cerebral palsy, and their families, because an accident at birth should not dictate the future of these children. And so yeah, we've already raised, well, in the first day alone, we raised 604 just over 604 euros, and at some point during the night, we had an anonymous 50 euro donation saying, "This is for Theo. I never knew Theo, but his impact on my friends was astounding. He'll be very missed, and I hope what happened to him and his family won't happen ever again." So thank you so much for that 50 euro anonymous donation. And without further ado, let's get into the run. And I have a very special run by SanchoPanda or Pancho Sanda. Who are you?
I don't know right now.
Yeah.
It's too early. I like that you said it's a very special run before it even started. I appreciate your confidence in me.
Would you like to give a little introduction just in case?
Sure, I'm Sancho Panda. I run Eco, and today we are going to be doing a special run. We're starting on New Game Plus on a game where we'd already gotten the mace in the first run through, which means this time we can get, if we want, should we, the lightsaber? Yes?
Yes! Lightsaber.
Okay, lightsaber, and then if you can remind me at the end, we will also take a watermelon over to Yorda and throw it at her head while she lies there.
That sounds very
Oh wait,
polite.
sorry, I should press start. I'm used to running things myself. We're gonna quit out of this. Actually, we're just preloading. This is a strategy we use in real time, where we go through all the cutscenes. Because if you do this, it saves you about 4 seconds going through them a second time.
Mm-hmm.
So the run hasn't actually started yet. This is all planned.
It's still
And
speedrun strats.
yes, and you might think, well, does it really matter in a game that's IGT? But in New Game Plus, it doesn't give you an in-game time at the end. So RTA is the only thing that matters in this one. So like, if you have a PS3 with an SSD, you've got like a 50-second advantage right
Oh
off the
wow.
bat with faster loads throughout the entire run. Unfortunately, so
Right, what I'm gonna do is
Vexel and Gorster
I'm gonna
pay to win.
quickly grab a drink,
Okay,
and then we'll start the run, and I'll give you a countdown timer.
okay, maybe that will help. And we'll just do some intermission music.
Okie dokie. Just so that
Oh,
chat
good.
know, there's gonna be a 15-second delay between voice audio that you hear and the stream that you see. This is just because I'm window capturing, and of course, I have to capture an unaffiliated Twitch account, which means there's just a bunch of delay. But don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's all hunky dory. Okay, so Sancho, I'm gonna give you a countdown. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, run starts in 3, 2, 1, go! Good luck, good
Yay.
luck!
Thank you. I think things will go well.
I hope so. Jade got a PV yesterday as well.
Oh, no pressure. All right.
It's
Way to
your
go,
turn.
Jade. Yeah. I honestly don't know what my record is for saber melons, so there's always a chance.
Saber melon. Oh lord.
Hmm. There's always a chance. It helps that we just saved 4 seconds right now after preloading.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
So,
So,
other
go
than
ahead.
watermelon and lightsaber, what are like the differences in this category?
Well, this category, believe it or not, even though it's New Game Plus, is still way easier than the PS2 US version of the game where all the shadows have 14 hit points, are super aggressive, fly really fast when they get Yorda, and the spider shadows can hit you even while you're lying on the floor. In this version of the game, there's besides, being able to control Yorda in second player if you choose to do so. The only difference is the shadows that had 7 hit points now have 11, and the ones that had 11 now have 16. And the ones that have 4 now have 6. So there's only a 2 of those though. The first one we see here and the one at the spiral staircase coming up in a little bit. And sometimes some of the unscripted shadows that spawn and grab Yorda when she's off camera will have regularly 4 hit points and here 6. So it seems like they upped their HP by about 50%, but rounded down. It's kind of weird. No, up rounded up. They rounded up.
Rounded up. Okay.
Yeah. There's much more precise like numbering for their hit points and what the damage that each weapon does, but I just generalize it by how many hits with a stick.
So it's the counting stick, really, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, so we're hitting 11 or 16 hits with the stick. So the sword is like 3 sticks. So if you have the sword, it
Like
would
free.
be
It's the sword is like holding three sticks and then swinging them at your enemy.
That's exactly what's happening. It's kind of like the Goro of the sword universe of Eco. But one hand is free to just slap them. And let's see, what was I saying? I don't remember, but I'm sure it was important. Oh yeah, so since sword does 3 hits, it would get the 11 HP ones in 4 hits, and the 16 one in 6 hits. If you got the mace in this version of the game, a mace is like 6 stick hits. So now we're talking about 2 hits for the small ones and 3 hits for the big ones. But with the lightsaber, which does like the damage of 12 sticks, I'm too early to be doing tongue twisters. 12 stick hits with the lightsaber, so that will 1 hit the 11 HP ones and 2 hit the 16 HP ones. So once we get the lightsaber, we're gonna have fun, and we're basically gonna dust every shadow that gets in our way just for the fun of it. We're gonna have some revenge on Mr. Clippy. It's gonna be sweet, sweet revenge.
So there's actually like technically five weapons in the game. So stick, sword, mace,
Hmm.
lightsaber, and then the queen sword.
Well, there's one more. I can show you one more.
There's
You
another
ready?
weapon? Is it
It's
Yoda?
shoulder. Ugh.
Is Yoda a weapon?
Oh yeah, Yorda's a weapon too, but actually just hitting him with the shoulder, which is something you can do before you get the stick.
Oh
You
wow.
probably just didn't see it yet. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Maybe there's a little bit of gourding going on as well with the goring with his horns. A little stabby stab
Like a
action
bull.
in there. Yes. Uh-huh.
Now I can just imagine Eco like charging at shadows like head first like a bull.
Yeah, that would see why doesn't he use his horns? Use your head, Eco. But nope. It's really nice switching back to this version, like that cutscene, that little one which we just skipped right now
Mm-hmm.
in this version of the game. You know what? Yorda's a big girl. She can help herself up. Um, you can't skip that cutscene in the NTSCU version, and Yorda walks all the way over to the bench, and you have to go get her.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's painful, but we're not doing that right now. Hey, look at that balcony up there. I think we're gonna be there soon. Look at that balcony.
Yeah, I remember Lynod, who's a mod for the Prey, just in general, like the big Prey community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they came in. And we're actually like incredibly impressed by like Eco and some of like the things going on in speedrun, like you know how
Oh
we
yeah.
manipulate Yorda's AI and just kind of like deal with her in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And how this game out came out in like 2001, and despite you know the game's age, Yorda's actually incredibly advanced.
Yeah, yeah. And it looks like she chased a bird super early that time, which actually is good because sometimes you have to wait for her to run down the stairs. That was faster. As long as she doesn't like run towards a bird that's right where the shadow is, which can happen. Or run back up the stairs chasing a bird, which can also happen. And did happen in my world record run.
Is that a dove? Oh my goodness! Hello?
Yes.
Can I pet the
Bird.
bird?
Hmm.
I think Yorda's been playing too much Pathless recently.
I think you're right. She's got a little. Somehow she's got like a portable PS5 console in that cage.
And in this section right here, you know, what exactly are you skipping by leaving Yorda
So
behind?
yeah, by leaving Yorda behind in this area, we're skipping. There was a fight down below. If we took Yorda with her, that would trigger after opening a door for her and then jumping off of the little lever platform. And then I'm gonna do this the safe way too. You know what? No, I'm not. If we die, let him die. Oh, let him live. He is only a boy.
He
All right.
lives.
Yay! That's enough Les Mis. Um, what was I saying? Hmm. That was a bad angle. That's okay. So, but then there was also up at the top before we did the jump down to the tracks. There was another shadow fight which we would have had there. So we're avoiding two different shadow fights. Plus, as we make it over to this other area, there's a crane puzzle which we're basically skipping, where we get Yorda over to the crane, pull the lever to move the crane, to get Yorda onto the crane. Once she's on it, we pull the lever again to get her back over to the other side. All of that like adds about 4 minutes to the run. So we're avoiding all that because yay, there's a bridge over here. See that bridge? That bridge does not exist in the PS2 version, and you have to take Yorda with you. But one of those shadow fights is skippable, fortunately. So yeah, that we just ran by a lever, which we would have had to pull two different times to get Yorda on a crane and get her back off.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we're just going to double back and pick her up. It's so interesting. There's so many things about the skips we're allowed to do that have to do with the way the game overlaps
Mm-hmm.
and Yorda's timer when you're leaving her by herself. It almost feels like they designed the game with all of the speedrun strats we've come up with in mind. Like
Mm-hmm.
they just work perfectly for a game that's so tight.
And in the PlayStation 3 version, you obviously have trophies in the game, and one of the
Hmm.
trophies being Castle Guide, in which the game wants you to. It will give you a gold trophy if you complete the game in under 2 hours IGT.
Hmm. Yeah. And it's pretty manageable with the bench saves. You can just, if you try and do a segment and you don't do it very well, you can just start back over at that same bench save from the menu screen and keep working until you get it down low enough, then go for the next segment. So it's kind of building in even the idea of segmented practice. So yeah, this game really, I'm a little surprised there aren't more speedrunners. But what I will say is, in my speedrun guides, like I did like a 6-part tutorial, and on every single part there's people commenting of, hey, I use this just to get the trophy, here is my final time. And I'm like, you already know the speed run, just run it just once, just put your name on the leaderboards, please.
I
We
mean,
just want the game to look more popular.
sub 2 hours feels
Yeah.
like you're already doing the speedrun stuff anyway, in my personal opinion.
Exactly. But I do know that feeling of when you're first, like, your first time through, it does feel kind of impossible, and there's this feeling of like, the first time I ever heard that someone did a full run without dying and without any saves. Are you kidding me?
Mm.
People actually do that in this game?
I wholeheartedly agree. Like, I still haven't done a playthrough without dying because, like, because this game, it's really old and it was actually first made intended to be on a PlayStation 1, you can kind of feel that through the
Yeah.
controls. So you can
Hmm.
actually control Eco through using the D-pad, and the game has kind of like a grid movement feeling, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So
Yeah, yeah.
and when the camera moves as well, the controls also adjust to the camera, but there's no way of knowing that. You have to know when the camera's going to swing so you can adjust, where you're pointing on the analog stick. So imagine like you're gonna do a jump, but mid jump the camera changes, and then if you're just holding the wrong direction, the eco can just fall off into the abyss and never come back.
Yeah, it's super annoying. I think I actually had that happen once at the jails where I jumped off the jail and then I just tried to chain jump to keep going and instead Eco turned around and jumped off the cliff. There's also I'm still finding new ways to die in this game that have to do with things like if you jump at a particular pixel when he's swinging on a chain, instead Eco just decides to drop straight down. So,
That's just eco.
yep, go Force Lightning, go Force Lightning, go Force Lightning, yeah, Force Lightning. You can probably guess what just happened, even though you're 15 seconds back.
Yeah. So if anyone's around for Jade's eco run, we were making a few Star Wars jokes because I think Fumito Ueda was quite a big Star Wars fan when he made the game.
Clearly, clearly,
And
yeah.
Yoda's basically a Sith Lord with lightning powers.
hmm That's why I had to switch up the parody to Grease Lightning just to kind of keep things a little spicy. You guys set the bar
Fresh.
so high. I've got to be even more wacky.
Gotta
Gotta
make
go.
new references. No.
Yes, to things that don't have in any way resemble the game. So then, um, is this Grease 1 or Grease 2? Like, is this Michelle Pfeiffer or I can't even remember the other actress's name who plays Sandra Dee. I'm glad Ruby's not here. She'd be really upset.
The musical knowledge.
That would be really funny if you meet Yorda on the beach at the end and she's turned into a bad girl and she's like, "Tell me about it,
Tell me
Dad."
more,
She's
tell me
got
more.
she's got black leather. She visited the hair salon with all the biker girls
Oh
or
no. Yoda, how could you turn like that?
once you get out of home, if you've led a sheltered life, people do tend to kind of
Yoda going through a late
really,
rebellious stage.
yes, really push those boundaries. Olivia Newton-John, thank you, Past the Nachos. Yes. Oh my gosh, how did I not remember that? Olivia Newton-John Travolta. So you can archon their names so easily. Come on, Yorda. You.
Yoda is Palpatine, it's confirmed. Well, it's more like the Queen has more of a Palpatine vibe. I
Mm,
know she's all old and like, ugh.
yeah, she's more like Rey from Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert. uh,
For a movie that's not that great.
yeah,
I
good
don't
point.
mind. I don't. It doesn't hurt my feelings to spoil it.
I actually went
She's
to see it in
Australian.
cinema, and
Me
I
too.
was
Mhm.
disappointed.
I had zero expectations after, the after we were still talking Star Wars after
It's taken over.
after Ryan Johnson and what's his face, Mr. Lens Flare guy,
Mr.
J.J.
Michael Bay?
Abrams. No, 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 no.
That's
He's Mr.
Explosions
Shaky.
guy, that's my bad.
Yes, yeah. Mr. Lens Flare guy is J.J. Abrams.
Oh, yeah.
Um, After they couldn't play well together, I had no expectations for the third one. I knew it was just gonna be like crowd control.
hmm How do we recover the series for the finale? I have an
You
idea.
can't. You can't.
Well, let's bring
Um,
back Palpatine and let's make the Force like a Dragon Ball power with no
yeah.
limit. Look,
Since
Palpatine's raising an army of Star Destroyers. Ha, cool.
since Yorda, oh, that's close. I think we're good. Phew. Okay, I let go a tiny bit late. Since Yorda had walked up towards the bench, that meant it was going to take her longer to reach me, which means there was a greater likelihood that she would already sense the shadows and have walked right off of the platform after I let go of her. But fortunately, that didn't happen. Yay! And especially since the shadows have more hit points, like it really hurts to fail that skip in this version of the game, or in the new game plus.
Hmm.
Wait, okay, good grab. That's fine. Pulling's faster than pushing, so we'll pull. We sneak in a little jump just to get a little bit more distance before the cutscene. Oh, and they just put her in the place, so that works. Out of the way, spider shadows. Ah! That's not good. We'll probably get hit. Ah! Oh, that's okay. We'll just use some order delivery service.
Yeah, Graveyard being notoriously one of the most difficult skips in the game for a lot of people.
Oh, I missed. Oh, that stinks. Oh, well, the others are taking their time to get here. We're fine. Perfect. That could have gone a little bit better, but we're fine with that.
Nice.
Yeah, I think if I'm just talking like how much experience it takes to get to where you know how to respond to every different way that the shadows and Yorda might behave in Graveyard. Graveyard definitely takes the most practice,
Hmm.
like just doing it over and over again. Because they can also grab Yorda while you're inside the room before you even make it out. And when they do that, they actually take her to a different pool from the one on top.
Hmm.
And your strategy has to change. So,
Right, just whilst you're making your way to the darkroom skip, I have a €60 donate. My voice is starting to go now.
ooh,
Fantastic. Sound like an old lady. I have a €60 donation from Pastor Nachos saying, lots of hype for SanchoPanda's oh, you mean Pancho Sanders' eco run today? I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart for being a good listener when I found out about Theo's passing and needed someone to talk to. Your contribution to the Theothon is greatly appreciated. Best of luck with the rest of the run. Hype!
oh, thank you for those kind words. Your check is in the mail.
You
This
get a postcard.
I'm not called the nice guy and for nothing. I pay people a lot of money to keep that persona going.
uh,
Bum, bum, bum.
that reminds me, I actually have like a pair of Eco like postcards from Redbubble where it's like Eco and Yoda looking into the distance. Like
Uh-huh.
if you put the
Oh,
postcards together, it makes one picture.
that's cool. It's like a dupe titch.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe something
Like
like
little.
next marathon I can provide a set of those or something. I don't know. We'll have to
Ooh.
see. Prizes. Yeah, because of the short notice, unfortunately I was only able to put together one prize, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, it's a great prize though.
Yeah.
Um, and as someone who recently did a thing where anyone who donated $50 or more, I was gonna make them a Luigi hat, and I have 22 hats to make.
Oh my goodness.
You definitely chose the better route of the two of us.
Oh no.
My poor
Sancho
sewing
Panda
machine.
becoming a seamstress over here.
I'm gonna be really good at speedrunning Luigi hats at the end of this year. Oh, we got a head shake.
I still need to measure the size of my cat's hat so that maybe you can make a Luigi hat for the cat. Luigi cat.
Luigi cat. I
Luigi
will
cat.
have leftover fabric. I had thought about that. It just stinks that if I want to send something to you, it's like $40.
Even if it's like a tiny Luigi cat hat.
You know, maybe if I like flatten it into an envelope, we could get it down to like 30 or 20. Who knows?
Because it's the same thing with the keychain. If it's like UK, Europe, then it's
Mm-hmm.
not too much. But I think as soon as it starts going to the US, then we're gonna be having some problems. But it
What
shouldn't
if I
be.
make it? Go ahead.
Sorry, it shouldn't be that bad because the keychain like pouch itself, you can fit it into like the smallest envelope, and it will just need probably like a little bit of cushioning, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't exceed any weight limit. It can be posted through a letterbox. Fun times.
Yeah. Also, we're just kind of chatting. We're not explaining a lot of these strats,
Yeah,
and
we're getting very
so
distracted.
just go watch Jade's run. I'm sure they talked about all of these really well. They did a good job with the technical discussion.
So
Um,
anyway, this is super skip or soup skip, depends
yeah.
on your outlook. So Sancho is actually placing Yorda in a specific part so that Yorda doesn't get spooked so easily and start running away. So Sancho's gonna jump on this
No, 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 no,
mechanism
no.
and try and grab Yorda
Ah,
before the door closes and
that
then
was the
get out the
worst
door.
case scenario.
Oh no.
It's okay.
She got grabbed just like as you were taking her. That guy's big hands.
I thought we could make it. I should have just hit him and
Oh
then tried to
no.
get her through as a half skip. This is fine. Boy, you can barely see her now.
At
Right,
least you
come on.
got to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once you stand on that platform, the door's on like a very like short timer before it closes again. So usually the game will want you to fight these shadows first and then do that little puzzle. But when you've got two shadows like trying to grab Yorda and you're trying to do it quickly, yeah, it's not gonna work out.
So I just did something that a lot of people don't know about, which is I got the shadow to spawn really quickly at the bottom by leaving and coming back in. Normally in this scenario, you have to wait for that second shadow that disappeared when he pulled Yorda into the pool. You still have to kill two shadows. So if one takes her into the pool, he's not gone. He's going to eventually, like, he's still like hiding in that pool for a little while, but he's going to eventually respawn all the way up at the top, and you have to wait for him to fly all the way back down to Yorda. But instead, by leaving and coming back in, since he hadn't completely left that pool yet, the game thought he was really close to Yorda, and so he grabbed her. And so it kind of forced him to pop back out of the pool. We didn't have to wait for him to fly all the way back down. It probably saves like 15 or 20 seconds. And it also despawns the spider shadows. So it's a nice little backup strat for when things go horribly wrong, if you can kill the first shadow really quickly. Did that make sense?
Yeah, it made sense to me.
Okay.
And
So
luckily,
that's what we did.
thing with sewer as well is that there's only two shadows that you need to fight if things go south. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
graveyard, how many shadows will you have in graveyard?
9.
9 entire boys. Yeah.
Well, six if you mess up at the beginning, and that but you're skipping a total of 9 to do the whole skip. So if she steps off the platform, there's 6 shadows there you're gonna have to fight, and then oh no Yorda, and then I just accidentally bumped her off the elevator and almost left
No.
without her.
Good thing you have like some reaction time because I would have just pulled that lever anyway.
Mm-hmm. So I mean this So the backup strat we just did in sewer though, it's kind of the fruit of the fact that most of my runs I don't restart. I think almost everybody else when that failed, they would have just restarted at that point. But I kind of had to come up with something since I don't like restarting midway through a run, since I can only do like one run every a couple nights a week. Not like these people who stream for, you know, 6, 8 hours just doing run after run after run.
I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not my style either. I definitely just like playing through the game. Which I think for anybody, it's good to do full playthroughs of a game, because if you're doing a game like this which is actually quite reset heavy in the first 3 skips. Oh, that was bad. I'll just That was a bad timing. I wasn't paying attention. No, Yorda, why did you come out? This is fine.
So Jade actually got a perfect fight during
Yay.
this
I'm happy for them.
section
This
as
can show
well.
you this can show you how fun it is to have to juggle them. Let's see if I can kill him before the other one comes out. Oh no. I still want to trap him. That's
So
gonna
for
be
those of
beautiful.
you who may have missed Jade's run yesterday, if you have a shadow up against a wall or in a corner, they actually can't back away and dodge. So you essentially like stun lock them if you keep tapping the attack button, which is square.
Hmm.
If you do a full combo, you end up hitting them 3 times and then like knocking them back, and then they'll just proceed to get up and annoy you again.
Yeah, the first hit does like a tiny little stun lock, so you just keep doing single hits instead of the triple swing that ends with an uppercut.
Hmm.
Yorda is in the way. I'm gonna pull this for away from direction first.
So
um,
Yorda's like constantly like kind of trying to catch up to you and stuff. That's kind of because when you enter like a shadow fight and Yoda's there, she kind of goes into like panic mode essentially, where she doesn't, know what to do and she just wants to be, close to Ego because she knows that Ego will protect her. And
Hmm.
sometimes even if you're fighting shadows, Yoda will still run towards Ego. Because she knows that, hey, even though Iko's currently fighting the shadow, the best place to be is, behind him because he's the one with the stick or the mace or the weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You never know how they're gonna respond. I think she ran to me because Eco got hit,
Hmm.
so she had her concern mode going on.
Yeah. Can she have concern mode and panic mode going on at the same time?
Yeah, I think so. I think the concern mode overrides the panic. All right, they're both squished. Oh, he hopped up kind of quick. Now we're fine.
That chain jump always like makes me anxious.
It always works, but yeah, I mean, my heart definitely drops, especially during like marathons or PB pace.
Hmm.
Fortunately, the lefty pad never fails in that spot.
Hmm. May I also note that you were the one who kind of coined the use of D-pad jumps for jump setups as well.
Yeah, yeah. It just there were too many jumps that were like death defying, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way Karakuza and Mugat and Mr. Eco are just doing this with the joystick because it feels like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm pretty sure they figured out D-pad as well. But I use it probably the most out of anybody. There are all sorts of places where I'm using it and people don't even know. So I do like the idea of doing a D-pad like a joystickless run, or we'd call it PS1 run, So you're not allowed to use the left joystick, but only the D-pad to move eco. That would be very interesting in my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, first of all, D-pad has unlimited power.
Yes, with its 8 directions. Yorda is not going to the thing. Okay, that's probably because I take your time, Yorda. Oh, that was pretty fast.
Remember the time I accidentally killed Yoda here?
I cannot forget that.
Pull the lever, Kronk. She's
All
fine,
right.
don't worry. Yoda's fine. She's not dead
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, we're gonna try and go for 0 deaths of me or Yorda here. Wow, I did a very very cool thing. You'll see it in 15 seconds.
Ooh! Yo, that was incredible.
Thank you. Guess what?
What?
I used the D-pad for that jump,
No way.
down and left. The thing, like when he's on that ledge, it's so easy for him to just accidentally fall off, and the joystick just isn't very precise when
Yeah.
it comes to when it reads an input. So if you want to like leap right away from where you're standing, and make sure you don't get even just the tiniest bit of input first. D-pad is easier for that.
Mm.
And at that camera angle, down and left on the D-pad is the perfect angle to jump off of that ledge if you need to jump instead of falling off of it. So,
Alright, and as you're running to East Arena, I have a €5 donation from Geohammer, simply saying, oh, I need to clear my voice for this. Lamb. Sorry, I'm trying to do a Yoshi impression, but it's not coming out. Lamb. No, that's not hitting that note. Hold on. Lamb. No, it's not high enough. Lamb. No, my
I'm
voice is
hearing
like
this
strained.
exact same sound every time.
Lamb. That's a bit better.
There you go. There you go.
Lamb. Okay.
How many did it say have?
I just had the one, but I wanted to get it like
Okay.
right for the for
Wow,
the,
that,
the
that
donation.
that person really got their money's worth for that 5 year.
€1 per milem or one milem per
Basically.
euro.
All right, count 16 hits here. Fun times.
So this shadow again, shadow fight, sorry. Again, utilizing the fact that if you pin a shadow into a corner, they won't be able to back away from you, and you can just keep hitting them repeatedly.
Hmm. There is a danger if Eco's too close to the wall, his stick will like clang against the wall instead of hitting the shadow. And that can be really annoying. That will give it a chance to fly out, and then you have to chase it around. All right, this will hurt if we fail because again, these shadows have more HP.
Yeah.
Let's see if Yorda gets on the ladder. Well,
Yeah, so
and
this is
if the
East
shadow
Arena.
chooses to
Yeah.
fly to her or run to her, he flew instead of running. That's a good thing. Last night in the practice, he decided to run instead. No Yorda, no Yorda,
Don't forget your
no
purse.
Yorda, no Yorda. She went down on her own. Never
Oh
mind.
no.
I should have tried to get her back up. Well, that's a failed skip, but
So
it was
whilst you're
actually a perfect setup, and he wasn't even above her, so I'm really
hmm.
surprised that that happened.
So
I'm trying
whilst
to
you're
trap them both.
kind of
Go
sorting
ahead.
that out, the idea of this skip is Sanjay wants to avoid this shadow fight. So he wants to take Yorda into the other room so that Yorda's safe, because these shadows won't be able to grab her from the other room, and once you come back here, the shadows will be despawned because Yorda's not in there. So
Oh
in order to
gosh.
skip this shadow fight, it's kind of RNG, because based on, how quickly the shadows are going to move and how Yorda's going to move, again, you're relying on NPCs and AI from 2001 to do this skip. So usually if you go straight left and Yorda climbs the ladder as quick as possible, you will get the skip. However, if a shadow spooks Yorda or Yorda essentially forgets her purse down there, Yorda will climb back down the ladder and then get caught, to which you have no choice but to fight
Where are you going, Yorda?
shadows.
I hate this camera. Yeah, that's okay. We're fine. It just it just stinks that we actually got the skip to work and then Yorda just decided to go down on the ladder
Mm-hmm.
that time all the way.
Yeah, even when the skip looks like it's working, Yorda can still say, hold on, I think I dropped like a pound coin back there.
Yeah, and oftentimes in that situation the shadow will be flying above her. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't
Also,
do anything.
also thank you, chat, for the compliments on my Yoshi impression. I really do appreciate it.
That's
My
what
voice has
really
been
matters right
strained from
now.
like an 11-hour stream yesterday as well, so I'm surprised it took like a few tries. Yeah, but another thing to note, because the shadows are now dead, Sanjo can keep Yorda in this room, which will keep Yorda a little bit safer. So when you leave Yorda in a room in a different area of the castle for too long, and by different area I mean
Different
like
loading
different
screen,
loading
yeah.
screen, yeah. So what Sandra just went through to the outside was actually a loading screen or a loading zone, which considers Eco being a separate area from Yorda. And when Eco is separated from Yorda for a certain amount of time, a shadow will spawn in off screen and grab Yorda, to which you will get a game over screen because Yorda will kind of not make it. And then Eco will die, and then it's not fun for anyone. So yeah, even if you do fail East Arena, the shadow fight in that room, it's actually safer in the end because leaving Yorda in this room that Sancho's picking up the sword in, you're on a very tight timer to run back in, light those
We
torches and stuff.
I'd say we used to be on a tight timer, but then Sable Dragon Rook in her first playthrough unwittingly developed a faster route to get back to Yorda,
Mhm.
which is just running back into this room with the torch lit instead of lighting the things on the other side and jumping through.
Mhm.
So she's really almost in no danger now. So it just makes that. Ah, thank you. It makes that fail hurt even worse. Like you can't say, "Oh, well, at least it's safer." It's more like, "No, that just stunk," but that's okay. It's a marathon. We're supposed to have Yorda embarrassing us in front of all of our friends. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, not the best RNG so far, but we're doing fine.
Yeah. Marathon runs can be very much hit or miss. It's either a really good run or a really meme run.
Yeah, the only one I want to beat myself up about is not getting the chain stuns when we were at the stone pillar and I had the two shadows come out and wanted to trap them against the block. I was too busy saying something else and I don't even remember what it was, but I know it had nothing to do with eco.
Mhm.
So
So
I did that
another
to
thing
myself.
I want to know about the gameplay of Ego, just while Sancho's like climbing around. There's a lot of like unspoken mechanics in the game, just simply because of the way the game is built. So, for example, the way Sancho is shimmying across these ledges with his hands, it's actually faster than shimmying across the ledges on ICO's feet, so that saves time throughout the run. And also, when Sancho gets knocked down by a shadow, usually you have like a fairly long animation to wait out before ICO gets up. But if you mash like a bunch of buttons, ICO will get up way faster. So you may have seen, ICO just being able to get up straight away after being hit by shadows, just because Sancho was mashing buttons.
It must be weird when you just hear the buttons start mashing on my mic and you're like, I have a feeling Eco's about to get hit.
Mm-hmm. And that's a
You
good
can,
point, Villain.
yeah.
The game never tells you even how to swing. It never gives you any controls explicitly, does it? Or any kind of tutorial. Whereas the
No, it
other
does
two
not.
Ueda games do.
Yep.
Especially TLG.
I find it fascinating that in TLG, it's reverse. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sounds like my daughter's trying to get in the room. Come in. Um, that hanging is slower and scooting on your feet is faster when you're going across like edge scaffolding and stuff.
I am speed.
Mm-hmm. And also frantically pushing all the buttons when boy is grabbed.
Mm-hmm. Except in The Last Guardian, because it only works with triangle, circle, square, and X and Eco, doesn't it?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. I haven't like tested what works and what. I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe smashing R1 helps too.
Whereas in The Last Guardian, you can press every button on the controller to, apart from start, of course, and the PlayStation button to, get rid of the symbols when you get grabbed. Which means, like, because the triggers are quite loud as well, what you often hear during speedruns, if someone gets grabbed, especially, like, if they're near dying, is that you just hear a frantic amount of incredibly loud button mashing.
Yeah, I find it very entertaining.
Like, even with, like, a noise gate or noise suppression, it still gets picked up, and I just find that really funny.
All right, even though this has been a disaster of a run in my books, it's been good. We're gonna go for sword skip, and if we fail it, that means we'll start all the way back up where the bench is right there.
Are you gonna do a little safety checkpoint beforehand?
Nope.
No safety checkpoint.
The safety checkpoint messes up trying to get that ladder drop, which we
Ah.
got. Ladder drop, oh ladder drop. I was expecting you to come with the harmony. Ladder drop, ladder drop.
With the way
Oh
my voice has been, like,
ladder.
this morning.
Okay. I was expecting you to come as Yoshi singing the song. Who needs safety when you have speed? Says Sable of the Rook. We were just mentioning you earlier how you helped reroute that part of East Arena where we leave Yorda alone, which has made it easier for newer runners to grab her. Okay, thank you. Made it for easier for newer runners to leave Yorda alone when the East Idle stair skip works. Oh, they're going high. Fly away. Ooh, golly.
You cannot play Eco without having some kind of musical number.
Up,
I don't
up and
remember what I did
away.
yesterday, but I made like a joke song, like off the top of my head for like a couple lyrics, and that was it.
All right, we should be
Watching
good.
watching
We should
Sancho
be
is like
good.
a trivia night where you gotta guess what tune he's living.
It's kind of true. All right, this wow, this is gonna take a while. This is the like extra 10-second
Oh
set
wow.
2-day delivery order.
It's like you don't have
And
Amazon Prime, so it takes the extra day to get to you.
no, no, I don't. It stinks. Oh, oh, he didn't grab her. I just thought he did. You'll get to see something really fun happen in just a second.
Ooh, strange.
All right. Well, that went pretty well. We got the sword skip. And they were I've definitely had them even slower than that. that iteration, so we're good. I wanted, after failing like 3 different shadow encounters in a row, I just wanted I just wanted a win. So I risked 4 minutes in the speed run to save about 10 seconds, maybe
Woo!
12.
Time saved.
Speaking of Amazon Prime, right now, Amazon Prime Gaming, if you have Prime, you know, you get like there's like free games every month through Prime Gaming. One of them is StarCraft Remastered. I'm really excited about that. So hopefully my check from Amazon is in the mail after that plug.
You know, usually like in streams you'll be like, by the way, did you know that you could subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime account? Just connect it to your
Oh,
Twitch.
right.
But obviously
Hmm.
the Team Speedrun page, so this is unaffiliated, just so that everyone
Yes,
can get ad-free viewing.
that's
So
right.
there's that.
And plus, you know, there's so many of us, it's like, who would that money even go to?
Exactly.
Me, of course, but
I mean,
would
it'd
I
have to go
share
to
any?
charity because you
I do
can't
not
just
need to
split
be.
between.
I kind of got carried away with how far I was taking Yorda. Too busy thinking of Amazon Prime jokes. Let's see if that helps her though. Go faster around this thing. 'Cause nope, she's just walking. Well, this is fascinating. Go, Yorda, go. Oh well. Usually I leave her right at the bottom corner. It's just, you know, when you have delightful people to talk to, it's hard to stay focused on speedrun
Oh
stuff.
yeah, 100%. Especially in like a nice cozy marathon setting as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure my brain was like, and now we're running to the main gate, which is not where we are. But we are heading to get the do 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 do.
Da-da,
Yorda
da-da-da.
lightsaber. It gets extra long when you hold her hand. That's actually a translation of what they say, of what they're saying in Phantom Menace. They're actually singing about Eco,
It's the
a game
uncut
you can.
version of the audio.
Mm-hmm. If you play it backwards, that's what they're saying. Ah. Right. So we had just little nuances, stuff I never point out. You'll notice I grabbed her hand for a split second, but then I let go of it. So Yorda has to be just a little bit further before she'll load into that room with you. But if you're holding her hand when you enter the room, it's slower than if you go in by yourself. So we just pulled her in just a little bit and then let go of her hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of like little tiny details about this run that you will probably miss if it's not explained to you. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, that drop down that Sancho did from the top bridge to the bottom. When Eco jumps, and when I say jump, I mean when you just tap triangle, nothing else, no analog stick holding. If you just tap triangle and jump, Eco moves forward just a little bit every single time in his like normal like static jump. So you
Mm-hmm.
can actually use that to your advantage on that bridge. The road is very busy today. Um, you have to use that to your advantage, and Eco will go forward just enough that you can get to the bottom bridge and not fall off the side.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And by doing that, we're skipping only actually about 40 seconds of puzzling.
I mean, 40
Um,
seconds in this run's actually quite a decent chunk of time.
yeah, it is. I can point out exactly what we skip while we wait for Yorda to make it up these 2 giant ladders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. You have to be a certain height up the ladder before you call Yorda, or she doesn't think there's enough room for both of you, and she climbs up like a few rungs and then goes back down.
Mm-hmm.
Quite annoying. All right. So I know there's a 15-second delay, so I'm going to try and delay what I'm saying from the video. So out there is a window and a chain, which you climb off and climb to while Yorda runs to us. And down below is a cube that you have to get and push over to get Yorda up. We're skipping all of that.
To be honest, I didn't even know that there was a chain over there. I've always
Oh,
just,
really?
done it that
Done
way.
the drop? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're supposed to climb up a ladder, go out through the top, jump to a swing, or jump to that chain, swing over to like the other side of. Sorry, I just have to concentrate for that jump. Swing over to the other side of where you are later, the middle bridge area. Um, Go down. You can push the cube. Then it's faster if you do push the cube. Then that's what we have to do in intended percent, where we do every puzzle the way you might figure out you would do it in a first playthrough. And
Um,
now we're in the pump jump room. Woohoo!
yeah, and this is also well, where you would also get a lightsaber, which we'll get very, very shortly.
Mm-hmm. We're very excited about this. I'm also happy that like Eco's not slicing his fingers off as he goes across this pipe. But I'd like to think like with his magical horns, his fingers would just grow back. And so
Mm-hmm.
you just have like tons of like little sausage fingers just cascading on the floor below from above.
But they keep regenerating too quickly.
Yeah, it just really grossing Yorda out.
Uh,
She's got like an umbrella underneath. Eco fingers keep falling on my head. Neil Diamond, anyone?
couldn't say I'm a
Yorda
fan.
always. Sometimes on the pump jump, Yorda runs up right at the end, and it's so distracting. Half the time, I end up missing the jump. She's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Ah, woman, I need my space right now. Stop smothering me." All right, let's get the beach, the basketball, whatever this thing is. All right, we got it. We got it first hit. We don't pick it up right away because you can't grab it while it's bouncing, so you might as well do something else while that animation finishes. And also, it takes him so long to carry this that we do a little throw here. All right, come on, Yorda. Nope, I know you have trouble with that, so I'm
His
gonna just bring you.
commentary is like a roller coaster.
5, 6. All right, get the ball.
The basketball.
Get
It's
the
time to play
Yorda.
basketball.
How good are you at whistling Sweet Georgia Brown?
Uh, assuming I can whistle to a degree.
Yay, we got it. Whistle. La, la, la. What
Yay.
I love about this sword is that it literally is like not lit when you're not holding it.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you pick it up, you hear this like really
Zoom.
poor sound effect that sounds kind of like a lightsaber igniting. What other word was I trying to make with my mouth when I said ignoring?
Ignoring. So,
Igniting.
one thing to note is that when Eco's holding the lightsaber, like just normally, it will be, a really tiny little sword. But if Eco's holding Yorda's hand, the lightsaber will extend beyond,
It's about the length of 3 swords.
yeah.
It's the power of love.
Yes, sure, let's go with that.
I mean, definitely, we're being family friendly here, but definitely it's
Stick
more
is
of a
jealous of
it's
lightsaber, Aiden.
it's more of like Spaceballs humor than. Okay, here we go.
Uh,
Good movie, by the way. I use the up D pad to jump from the windmill, from the watermill. Fun fact. Okay.
that was a great jump as well.
Thank you. Again, trying to be precise and not slipping off. All right, let's see if Yorda does a good job of. Sometimes her pathing can be really bad here, just finding her way down. Sometimes she's down. One time she was already down when we. Come on, Yorda. No, she didn't like it. Ayo. Come on, Dway Mendenu Hai Kongwo Lai. So when I was in China, there was this really popular song by a guy named Renshinchi. He'd made it popular. It was actually originally sung by a Taiwanese guy, but stolen by China. Does that sound familiar? And and the song is super cute. It's like these guys on one side, like they're in a dormitory, and the girls are in the dormitory across from them, and the song is just like literally, "Hey girls over there across the street, look over here. Like we may be chubby, but we're still cute." And so I was just so sometimes I'll sing that to Yorda just to get her to look at me and come in my direction. I felt
Oh,
like that deserved a more thorough explanation since no one would know. Oh, hey, check this out.
giant sword.
Yep.
Villine also said, "I like to think Yorda's like a battery, and she's powering the sword."
Yes, we can. Yes, you can also like put like the adapter for your iPhone like under her armpit. You'll charge your iPhone. She is. She's like one of those portable power saver things. Really handy and like for camping. Also, there's some gears below which we are kind of forced to look at, which we'll be seeing again later on.
It actually reminds me as well. Eco is actually a two-player game, even though I don't really think it says anywhere or there's any indication that it's a two-player game, or it can
Yeah,
be
yeah,
played with two controllers.
yep, right. So yeah, you can go. It's right there in the options. You can go to 2 players. Bum bum bum.
Whoa!
I don't know how like anyone would find that out. But I think one of the reasons a lot of people don't know is because the PS2 US version didn't have New Game Plus. So it didn't have 2 player mode. So until 2011, people in the US couldn't even do it.
No. And also, like, shout out to Gorister and Vexel for having the world record in Eco Co-op.
Yay! Yeah, their fun is their run is really entertaining and fun to watch.
You actually do a bunch of like super neat things with someone else controlling Yorda as
Hmm.
well. Like Yorda just it's so nice removing like the AI RNG kind of element from the run with a two-player.
Yeah, they definitely add other types of shadow RNG with some of the skips they do, but it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Eco-op. Alright. I'm about to take myself out. Goodbye. But what a fun.
That's pretty good. All right, and now we're just making our way up to everybody's favorite area. Let's just kill this guy. Oh,
Yum.
just because we can.
Mm-hmm.
We did it because we could. Why is he walking so slowly? That was weird. You know what? Haha! Okay, bye! It's just fun to mess with them since we can, since it's so easy to kill them. Sure, it's hurting our in-game time, but I mean, we already failed like 3 skips. It doesn't matter now. We'll do safety save at the bench though, just because of how that chain has been trolling me of late.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, every time Eco's just running with the lightsaber, it's so obnoxious. It
I
feels
love
like
it.
it shouldn't belong in the game.
I think you're right about that. And it would be cool if it could just like leave like scarring marks and like just bits of castle just falling all over the place as you run. All right, let's see if my killing them early strategy helped. Nope, it didn't. You know what? We'll just
What
get you
if the
right now.
run was just like grabbing the lightsaber and then going back to the main gate and then carving like a hole out of the main gate, just like in like the first, like chronological first Star Wars movie, Phantom Menace?
I would love that.
Breaking news: Sancho is throwing.
Throwing? Oh, throwing the run. We're still really making really good time though overall. Relative to the fact that I'm the only one who's ever run this category.
Woo! Automatic world record holder. Woo!
This is still better than anyone else has ever done it.
Mm-hmm. You're still number one.
Yay! And since we've got this short blade, it's not like cutting into Yorda's knees like the sword or mace does here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of nice.
Yeah,
I
if
think
you
that's
pick up
pretty
the mace
considerate.
like Jade did, the mace actually clips through Yorda, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it doesn't look too comfortable.
All right, have a seat.
So just safety checkpointing real quick here.
Yeah, not doing an actual save.
Yeah, you
I
don't need
still
to save
remember.
to checkpoint. You
Mm,
just need to sit down with Yorda, and it counts.
that was something I didn't know until that the Eco anniversary when Bucci did it, and I was like, wait a second.
I find it really hilarious that like you can run a game for like a while and still not even know like certain things about the run and just be like surprised. Like I remember when I was practicing this section,
Uh huh.
um I know Mars was watching. Mars is another eco runner, someone who used to run this game quite frequently. I let like the destruction of the water tower play, and during the cutscene, which you usually skip, and Mars was just like, "Oh, I completely forgot. Like I had no idea where that came from." And it's just like you just always skip the cutscene, huh?
Oh, the extra bridge that shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Let's go ahead and show that cutscene just for funsies.
Yeah.
So we'll jump over here though. All right, no skipping the cutscene. Check it out. Oh, and there's that area over there that I wish you could get to. I really want them. Yeah, all right, there. It's good enough. I really want a if they do a remaster, I want them to add more puzzles to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
I don't know. They could add more puzzles, or they could just, leave it how it is. I feel like adding something to it would maybe like ruin the atmosphere or change it too much.
well, if it was like if it was something like if there was a way to get all the way down to like raise that water tower so that it would be there in the first place and then you come back up, like that would be cool. But there's just that whole structure right there that's doing nothing. Or like there's the way that the train tracks lead in the other direction. Or when we first get off the elevator in the gondola, why didn't that work? Okay. When we first get off the elevator in the gondola, there's like this metal platform and you're like, "What? That there was a plan for that. Like there's no reason for that to be there." So, I
Just
I
think of it
feel
as
like
architecture.
yeah, I mean, yes. Yes, but I also feel like there's other stuff he may have wanted to do but wasn't just ended up not having the time or the space, to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So what will we have next in Theothon after this run and
So we
it
have
finishes?
so once we finish off Eco here, we're gonna be setting up for a Shadow of the Colossus, a 9-person race. It was supposed to be 10, but unfortunately Goofman couldn't get a video in time. So, some of us are going to be running the game live, and other people who couldn't quite make it, because of work or other reasons, have submitted a video of a no reset run. So, we're all going to be playing that at the same time. And it was a struggle putting all that into one layout, I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds like a challenge, but 9 is kind of better than 10 for layout.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's
Because
a good
9, you
3
can
by
just have a
3.
block of 9, yeah, three
Yeah.
by three. Whereas 10,
Hmm.
you have to find a space to put the other one.
Just bottom corner, tiny picture in picture.
You just have like one floating like screen somewhere.
Yeah. I really love how the reflections bounce off the cube and that once you open the door.
Ooh, the detail I never really pick up on.
I found that I have these I found little ways that when there's nothing else to do, I end up pointing the camera in interesting places. Like if Eco's just hanging out. Let's look at Yorda over here. It's going to be the biggest Shadow of the Colossus race ever.
I don't remember what our
Woohoo!
biggest race actually was, like live race. I don't know if this will be the biggest one. I feel like we've had more before. I actually can't remember, you know.
But with how many are actually on a stream at once?
There are 4 people running live, so
Mm-hmm.
me, Ruby, Jade, and Aiden will be running live. And then
Sweet.
Varna, Tic Tac, Temp, Sable, and PDO have all done a pre-recorded run.
Watch Sable just nonchalantly threw in like a new world record.
Oh yeah, I fully expected.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
No
And
pressure, Sable.
and Sable also pre-recorded her TLG video so that she's actually available to focus on commentary as well and hosting. And Sancho right here is actually going to be helping with commentary and hosting during the TLG run.
Well, let's be honest. Mostly, Foley and woodwinds for that run.
Mm-hmm.
Slide whistle, kazoo, recorder. Oh,
You got to keep up the reputation.
yeah. Here we see one of the downsides of having a lightsaber as your sword when you're not holding Yorda's hand is it's really hard to cut these ropes because it's shorter. It's a good trade though, because we're closing in on vengeance on Mr. Clippy. That's gonna be sweet.
Vengeance on Mr. Clippy. Mr. Clippy being the shadow that clips through the bridge up top that will grab
Yeah,
Yorda and take her away. To which you get an instant like game over, and you can't really save it.
a one-piece orchestra score for TLG. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
A one-man orchestra.
And I'm sure all the runs will be synced, so it will work with all of them anyways.
Yeah, all the runs will be perfectly synced. Absolutely no delay between anything.
And they'll all be in that same moment at the same time. Come on, Yorda. Oh, Yorda. Come on, Yorda.
This is gonna be another kind of shadow fight that Sandra has to deal with.
By not dealing with it.
Yep. Well, it depends on how Yorda wants to take the fight.
Yeah, in this one, as long as it's really interesting, like the shadows do a better job of following Eco because he's closest right here as they spawn, right? They do a better job of following him if his feet do not leave the ground. So just by doing those jumps, we're giving the shadows a disadvantage. Yorda, what? Come on.
Yorda, why?
Oh wow, I've never seen that. Here, I was just saying like this is perfectly fine, and now we're gonna have to. Oh well, we're gonna have to kill a few of them. All right, come on, Yorda. Please come up the ladder. Wow, that was something else. Oh, good, she did. We're gonna get like a half skip. I
Yay!
don't know what she saw. There's a possibility, Yorda. What in the world is happening?
Hi, welcome to Eco 60 Hertz.
Yeah. No, it's not the 60 hertz. There's a possibility that the shadows are like a slightly more aggressive. I don't think so. But in any case, wow, that's really disappointing. I'm not even gonna try it. All right, come on,
And this
Yorda.
is something you skip in the 50 Hertz version altogether, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't have to do this fight at all in the 50 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct. You just do yeet jumps.
You just do big jumpies and skip everything.
At least the having the lightsaber made that a lot less painful. I've never seen her just climb down that ladder before. Like she was more than halfway up. Ika wasn't anywhere near being on the ladder anymore. That was twice in a row that she did that. That was really, really strange. I'm perplexed. All right. Well, again, we had the lightsaber, so that was much less. If we had stick there, goodness, that would have been painful.
Yeah. So it's actually a
It's-
really good thing that you picked up the lightsaber.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Mm. And killed them, not just the men, but the women and the children.
Women too.
Those shadows are animals,
I
and I
slaughtered
slaughtered
them
them
like
like animals.
animals.
I hate them. Oh, they're my descendants. I mean, they're my ancestors. Oh, well, okay, they're not so bad then. Actually, I have theories about these shadows that they're not the same as the ones that he faces at the end. Um,
Yeah, me too.
ideas like ideas I got basically from the novelization.
Like I said this
So,
at
mhm.
Jade's point in the run, and I'll probably like say it again or something similar when we do get to that shadow fight at the end. Because we gotta leave the good stuff till last.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently just because this tiny sword, it's really hard to... Okay, there we go. We're just going to do like straightforward angles. There was one, like before I knew how to do this, I kept missing the rope over and over again, and Yorda would get grabbed. It's kind of annoying. Oops.
Yeah, again, because
Oh
Yorda's in a different room to us,
my gosh.
she can actually get grabbed by a shadow that will spawn in.
But you could see just with that tiny sword, even then, how difficult it is to hit the ropes, even when I'm being super careful.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Master
Yorda.
Eco, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? Jum.
Try
Boom.
spinning. That's a good trick.
There.
That's what he should have said. Try spinning.
Try
He
spinning.
puts on sunglasses. Then he just holds his lightsaber out and starts spinning around, and their heads go flying.
Oh no! I
and
don't
then
need that visual
and
representation.
then he looks at the camera and he takes his glasses off. He's like, "That was a good trick."
That's something you see in like Robot Chicken Star Wars.
It really is. Gosh, I kind of want to see that as a robot chicken thing now. That might be a little too dark even for them. I don't know that they would decapitate little claymation children.
I remember like they had like a scene, like they tried to recreate that scene, but like Anakin was just picturing like plucking sunflowers and stuff instead of children.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that, but I remember that fondly. Well, not really fondly, but anyway.
Anyways, are you ready for some payback
Yeah.
towards Mr. Clippy? Here we go.
Let's see if he actually, clips this time as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
So
Where
we
is
had
he?
this bridge in East Arena, but only in this West Arena due to shadows spawn in. Get
It's
away!
so easy.
Get away!
I think he did clip through the bottom. I could be wrong. No, he came out through the top.
But to be fair, there were a few coming out on top as well that could have grabbed her.
Yeah, yeah, after the first part.
So Mr. Clippy is like the worst one out of all of them, but the other ones as well can just drop down on top of you and also ruin your day.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Clippy's the most annoying. I would also say though that he's probably, if you're ready for him, you just turn around, do one quick hit, grab Yorda and run, and half the time you'll make it without any further incident. And the other half, all heaven breaks loose and it's just terrible and you want to die. And then you do. And it's lovely. And then it costs you like 6 minutes, 10 seconds, provided you actually do the whole section really fast again. Let's go get lightsaber. I miss him.
Yeah, then the lightsaber.
Oh, the stick's still burning when you put it down. I forgot about that. Yorda.
It's a shame you can't light the torches with the lightsaber, because you know it's kind of burning.
You just like hold Yorda, stand in the middle, swing once, and it lights them both.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty amazing. Again, though, every time you enter a new room, it doesn't like start ignited. That's what I was gonna say earlier. You hear it reignite every time. Reignited, and it feels so good. I just love the Yorda's hand waving animation here. Like she's on, like you're on the highway and the window's down, and she's just sticking her hand out the window.
It's kind of like how if you have like a dog with like floppy ears and the dog holds its head out the window and then the ears are just flopping like behind.
I like that too. Or she this whole time she's been trying to do the snake dance move with him, and he just isn't wanting to do it.
Cooperating.
You know, like where you do like
Yeah.
the wavy thing with your arms and it goes to the next person.
Mhm.
Is it the snake? It's not the worm because that's one the one where you're on the floor. Can't think.
Also, just during this little bit of downtime, I just want to say that we have raised 719 euros towards the Fight District Foundation. We have raised the goal to
Wow.
750 euros, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to hit that super soon, considering we raised just over 600 in day one alone. And we still got a Shadow Run, and then a Last Guardian run, and then the big ending ceremony to go. So,
What are we at right now?
um, what money wise?
Yes. How
Uh,
far are we from 750?
um, I need to do math. 31 euros.
31 euros away.
Yeah.
All right. If we hit 31 euros before the watermelon, I will attempt to hit Yorda with the watermelon before before I do, and it's that's going to cost a huge amount of time because then I'll have to run back and get another watermelon for the actual ending.
All
But if
right.
we reach it, I will chuck a watermelon at Yorda and try to hit her.
All right. Did you hear that? If we reach our goal of 750 euros, SanchoPanda will throw a watermelon at Yorda. This is not a drill. SanchoPanda will attempt to throw a watermelon at Yorda.
No guarantees. I might, get too close and accidentally trigger the cutscene. I don't know what a good setup is to
He
actually
will
hit her.
try and throw the
I will
watermelon at
attempt to
Yorda.
throw a watermelon at Yorda. We'll give it the old college try. Which means, we'll sleep in late, cram for finals. Ah. College try. That sounds like a very old sort of phrase. I wonder who started that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we're just trying to keep Yorda from falling over.
I
There
hope
are
it's
also
an
big fans.
overripe one so it doesn't hurt.
Yes, yeah, of course. Um,
Also, do you want to kind of explain this little part of the game where you have to slow down for Yorda?
yeah, I'm just trying to keep her from stumbling. She will stumble if you run like about 10 steps or more with her without slowing down. She falls over because she's weak, and you have to pick her back up again. It's not a huge time loss. It's really bad if you're doing cooties percent though, because that means it's a whole other extra handhold.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to explain a little bit about Cootie's percent as well?
Nah.
No.
You're just
Curse
trying to run the
run.
game and touch Yorda's hand as few times as possible, including the times her hand touches in the cutscenes. Sword, no. Saber, no.
Saber, no.
Yeah, and when we do that run, the least amount of times you touch Yorda's hands is 9. But if you're doing the PAL version, it's 6 or 5. I can't remember which. I think it's. Let me think. I think it's 6.
So Cootie's percent isn't necessarily about speed. It's just about touching Yoda's hand as little as possible.
Yeah, my RTA for Cooties percent is like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I have one where that's touching her 9 times. I had one touching her hand 10 times, which is only 2 hours and 1 minute. But then we realized we could shave off one more handhold, but it takes a ton of time. It means fighting like 16 shadows in the courtyard area. Yeah. So we made that sacrifice
Hmm.
for the sake of that's what low percent runs are about, right? Mhm. Now I did discover something new while we were getting ready for this, and I am going to show it here. This will be an exclusive. Whoa, Uso, are you excited about this?
Yeah.
Okay, at least you got one of those two jumps. Mm, the little Last Guardian, not homage, but homaged to by the Last Guardian.
Kind of like a nod in a way.
Yes. So instead of running where we're supposed to go, we're gonna hop over here. And just want you to know, there's ledge detection right here. And then I just like making that sound.
Totally not drowning. Not at all.
Okay, on with the speed run. I'm sure that didn't cost too much time.
Nah, we're all about having fun here.
I mean, yeah, we failed both idle door skips.
And just as we're going through this little puzzle section right now, I have a 48 euro donation from
Oh,
Wolfenstein.
what a coinky dink. Who's who wants to get a watermelon in your face?
Uh, Thank you so much for your generous donation, and that means Wolfenstein, if I remember correctly, has donated 98 euros in total towards the Fight the Earthquake Foundation.
Wow.
That's an incredible amount of generosity. Thank you so much for helping support children surviving strokes and cerebral palsy.
Woohoo. Thank you so much. Also, Pillbug says, I can't stick around, but good luck. That's okay,
Thank
because
you.
Stick couldn't stick around either.
Ah, stick couldn't stick.
We couldn't even say stick no. That's what this world is coming to, you know.
Mm-hmm. You mean you don't have a stick? Cringe.
Nope.
No
No stick now.
stick?
I do look off to the left here because all those water particles do slow the game down a tiny bit.
And if you convert euros to United States dollar roonies, it turns into $782.85.
I was about to say we don't have dollar roonies.
Dollar roonies? You do now.
Oops. Oh, how did we catch that one? Holy cow. You'll see. You'll see. It was quite the epic jump. For me, anyways. Getting to the rung.
Uso being aggressively British?
Yeah.
Always. Always. No need to
Aggressively
call me
British.
out like that live on stream.
Come on, pipe. So, I mean, you still haven't. You know the game pretty well, but you still haven't submitted a run, correct, for Eco?
I don't remember if my full, really their choice VOD is on YouTube yet. I know my All Barrels
Oh.
run is, but that also requires me going back and clipping it, and yeah.
I did the 2 swing jump here for swag. It looks really, really treacherous.
Gonna lobby US Congress to change currency to dollar roonies.
Yeah, because that's, you know, we need to find some common cause that both the left and the right can agree on to kind of unite us to help us start reaching compromise in other areas as well. I think Dollaroonies is the way to go. All right, that was a really good water area, except for all that time I spent drowning Eco over the edge of the waterfall.
Yeah. Poor Eco, what are you doing to him?
He's really durable. Mm,
And this entire section really just platforming after platforming.
yep. Oh, that was a little scary. that the second jump you want to do it really early before the camera starts swinging around,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't really have time to. It's just like, that's gonna work. You can't be super
Mm-hmm.
precise.
And you'll remember how I said like jumping in this game is really hard because of the way the camera moves sometimes when you like go past a certain area in a map. Well, Sancho
Yep.
doing those two jumps like around 10-15 seconds ago, those are incredibly hard to pull off, especially for like new players. You actually have to know the game and predict when it's the camera's going to change so that you can
Yeah.
get those
Yeah.
jumps in.
Yeah. I think there's sort of like a the more you play the game, the more comfortable you get with knowing what the camera's gonna do, and eventually it becomes second nature. But I would say it takes a whole lot of runs to reach that point, and then afterwards you almost don't notice it. Your thumb is just naturally like rolling around,
Mm-hmm.
slowly rotating to the as the camera moves,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes it look like it's really easy to run in a straight line. But when you're first learning this game, it is not easy at all. Or in a casual playthrough, it gets really frustrating. Like
Oh yeah.
um, when Yorda gets grabbed, the camera swings away from you, the camera swings back to you. The inputs are different from what you expected, and then as soon as you start moving, the camera like changes angles really quickly, and suddenly you're running backwards, and you wanted to be
Mm.
running towards Yorda.
I
It's a
love how
whole
when Yoda gets grabbed, the camera like pans to Yoda and then pans back to you like, well, what are you
yes.
waiting for? Do something.
Meanwhile, you can't move during that time, but the shadows can,
Yeah.
and they'll like punk hit you, and you're just like, thanks, camera. Gotta love it. Still a great game though. Came out in 2001. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine like how different the game would feel if it had updated fighting mechanics. I do wish the uppercut did more damage though. That would give you incentive to use it more, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And that with our drop down to the idle doors coming up, though I already did it, we've basically done the last scary thing in the game.
Mm-hmm. If you don't drop down onto those idle doors, Eco will actually die if he hits the floor.
Yeah,
Because
there's a
it
death
just
penalty.
about registers a death on that. Found out
All
the
right,
hard way.
let's get Sworda. Sword plus Yorda. Let's watch
Sworda.
this whole cutscene. I have the power. Well, this is a weird angle. What's happening? Okay. Anyways.
And I love the soundtrack here as well when you pick up the sword. Like this game doesn't a lot of it's going to be quite silent, like there's no ambient music playing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Music's only used in certain moments of the game to really push emotional moments and important moments. So, you know, if music is playing, something is happening. It's the same in The Last Guardian and Shadow of Colossus as well.
If music is playing, something is happening.
This will make a
I like
fine addition to your collection.
camera's doing something.
Uh, and Berry, morning of a commentary. What's your name? I'm usurpering. I'm the one doing the big heckin' host.
Yeah, I think that is your official title.
Big heckin' host.
I do have to say, after, besides the ability to get the watermelon, after we leave Yorda, the rest of this game is zero different. Zero different from regular New Game, doing a New Game Plus. There's nothing else happening here. This fight will be the same.
Yep, and there are many shadows to fight, but you'll notice,
53.
yeah, and you'll notice these shadows are actually very different to the ones we've been fighting all along, and they look very similar to that first shadow that grabbed Yorda all the way back when we freed her from the cage.
Can I do that? Yeah. All right, this fight is going really well so far.
And also, you know, just when Sancho swings at the shadows with his sword, the kind of shadow remnants, I guess, go back into the sarcophaguses, tombs, whatever you want to call them. There's a bunch of different theories on why this will happen, because the game doesn't explicitly tell you at all, like, what's happening, what the shadows are, what they're doing, what their purpose is. We just know that they're linked to the queen and the castle somehow. So it's easy to say that these 53 shadows are actually horned boys, just like Eco was, and you can actually
Yeah.
see they have pretty much the same character model as Eco as well. You can see they have the horns and even this looks like sandals, to be honest, on their feet.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
And it does look like sandals.
yeah.
How did you drop there? That guy's being such a goober.
So this could possibly
Alright.
be you releasing the spirits of all the horned boys have been sacrificed before. I know there's a bunch of different theories people have. What's your personal theory, Sancho?
I don't think it's releasing them because they they're it's causing those things to glow.
Hmm. But then once the castle gets destroyed, everything kind of gets destroyed. So I want to think that,
Yeah.
once the queen dies, they actually do get released because there's nothing keeping them trapped anymore.
Well, I think they use their power to like save Yorda,
Hmm.
and then after that, um, yeah, after that they're free to roam about the castle underwater.
Oh, yeah, what's left of the castle?
And then later, Christopher Nolan will come by in a submarine and check it out and make a movie about it. All right. I always like doing the calculation of, if a boy was sacrificed every generation, so we're talking like every 30 years or so, uh, oh, then I think that's it. Yeah, we're good. Then that would mean that 53 times 30, that we're looking at close to, oh, maybe there's one left. Where is he? Oh, no, I guessed right. We're looking at close to 1600 years of the tradition of sacrificing a horn boy at this castle. 1600 years.
A long, long time.
I'm like, that's longer than America's existed.
And one turned into Casper the Friendly Ghost.
That was an okay shadow fight. It got away from us a little bit, but overall, I'm gonna guess it was like about a 410. A really good fight will be like around 3:45, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Bwah, 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 bwah. Bwah, bwah.
Yeah, we
I'm
actually skip
playing
a
without.
cutscene of the Queen giving a little bit of dialogue as to like kind of what's going on as well. Not like too
Yeah.
much detail, but just a little bit. So the Queen's like losing her power. She's kind of essentially dying and fading away, and she wants to use the Order as a vessel to carry on living.
Mm-hmm. She said she loves her, but I mean, nothing says love like just wanting to use your child for your own benefit.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we could all learn a thing or two from the Queen, and that's not how to be a good parent.
It isn't? But she said it was love. Huh. Maybe not. I'm having a hard time trying to get these bubble slices because I don't actually have the audio in my ear, but that's okay. We got one. Woohoo! Ooh, I hear down below. You guys can't hear this, but this is very important for me to bring up right now. That I hear the audiobook version of Prisoner of Azkaban playing downstairs. Huh, this isn't time, but we killed the queen. We did it!
Woo!
Whoa,
Said the
what a brutal run,
So
but
the
that was fun.
Queen got stabbed at 1:29:18.
Mm-hmm. I'll stab your mom in the spleen.
Yoda will never be able
Mm-hmm.
to escape this castle.
Even if you take my life.
Dead noises. That's as far as my acting goes, I'm afraid.
That's pretty good. Oh, do you think he'll file those down like Hellboy, the horns, after they've both been knocked off?
Hmm.
We defeated Tom Riddle. Oh, that's only one of his Horcruxes. We had to use Eco's horn to like stab the diary.
Whilst we enter into this cutscene that's gonna fade into the credits as well, I have a €15 donation from Aiden. A few dollary
Yay!
dues for this important cause. Thank you so much, Aiden.
So tell me, we got a lot of time here. Should we do the Yorda song or should we do It's Not a PB?
I don't know. The Yoda song's like a good classic. You have to do
Okay.
the Yoda song.
Okay, fair enough. Have you heard the It's Not a PB song?
I swear I have. It's just not as important to me as the.
Okay.
I have favorites. Okay.
It's definitely more appropriate here, but if you want, okay, for the Theothon, I will do the Yorda song.
Yep. Just give
Can you
me.
turn down
Yeah.
the sound volume?
That's what I was
Tell
just
me.
about to do.
All right. It is morning. I've been drinking chocolate milk, so who knows how my throat's gonna sound singing.
Cookie.
It's like the worst thing you can do, basically, for your voice. Are we good to go?
Yep. I'm just boosting your mic volume and good to go.
Okay. When we met, you were in a birdcage. You made the cutest parakeet. All of my life, I felt like a sacrifice till you touched me on the cheek. Yorda, please open doors for me, Yorda. Unleash your inner Palpatine, Yorda. And together we'll escape this castle keep. I am a descendant of wonder. Quit's not in my vocabulary. But when I call and you don't budge at all, sure ups the difficulty. Yorda, don't shake your head at me, Yorda. Please climb that ladder, please, Yorda. And when I hold out my hand, why don't you trust me? Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-dum, da-dum, da-da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-dum, da-dum, da-da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Retracting bridge won't separate us. I'll scale the cliffs of insanity. Find the sword of light. 553 shadow guys. I'll stab your mom in the spleen. Yorda, it's your turn to rescue me, Yorda. While the castle's collapsing, Yorda. And we'll split a watermelon on the beach. Take it away, Usu.
Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da, da-da, da-da. Da-dum, da-da, da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da. My vocals.
Yay! Lovely. And I'm sure there was no delay whatsoever due to Discord.
No, hopefully not. Definitely, hopefully not.
I did change one lyric, though. I'm sure you noticed.
And throw a watermelon at Yorda on the beach. Yeah, yeet.
And I'll throw a melon at you on the beach. I wasn't thinking. No, it's just the please climb that ladder. Gosh, twice she did it in both arenas. She got us good, both idle doors. Thank you, Yorda. Quite the event.
Fantastic performance. Yeah, Discord delay is very like minimal. It's only going to be a delay on the stream usually. So that's very handy. Also,
Yep.
like I don't know the lyrics to the song. If you had like a lyric sheet, we probably could have coordinated something, but you know. Maybe next time. Next marathon for
Yeah.
sure.
I've got plenty more duets under my belt, or
Hmm.
in my back pocket. So they don't. Yes, I'd like to have duets with others as well.
Also, doesn't help that I'm drinking like Dr. Pepper. That's not very good on the throat.
No, I don't think it helps. Ah. There are definitely people on my channel now, I think Blink and Sprite included, or who watched me enough times that they, without trying, have memorized the entire song.
Yeah. Like I know the tune, it's just the song.
Yeah, well, of course you know the tune, right?
Oh
The
yeah.
great
How
Eric
could you not?
Clapton.
How could you
How
not
could you
know it?
not?
Uh,
Could you not
in
know the
fact, you hear
tune?
it, it's just like I feel like this is familiar.
Yeah. Now the next song, fun fact, I was explaining this during my marathon on Thursday, Bits for Bytes. The chord progressions that I used for the Trico song, the TLG song will be debuting later today. Um, some of those chords came from "Forgetful Lucy," the song that Adam Sandler sings to Drew Barrymore that he made up for her in 51st Dates. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes, I have. It's been a while though. My nan has it
Yeah.
on DVD.
As in gamer, I used to know how to play the opening of Layla on guitar back when I still played. Acoustic or electric? That's what I want to know. Because acoustic is just the boom 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 boom. But if it's electric, it's so yeah. 51st Dates is definitely a guilty pleasure movie. Electric. Oh, mad props. I thought of a song from Wedding Singer for a minute. Definitely not that song. Hey, that's the same too, isn't it? Isn't Wedding Singer also Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore?
Sancho, where are you getting all these guitars?
They sound so authentic. Ooh, hold on. I do have a really tiny electric amp. It's like it's like um it's like 6 inches by 4 inches. No, it's like 4 inches by 3 inches. Do I have the battery in it right now? No, I don't. I could bust out my electric and play on this tiny little battery. Hold on, we still got time, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, still got credits, so.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. Which one's the plus and which one's the minus with the 9 volts? I never can tell. Okay. Ugh.
So just whilst you're setting up, because we have reached the third goal of 750 euros, I have had to raise it again to 1,000. So, do you think we can raise 1,000 euros for Fight the Strike Foundation by the end of the stream?
Ooh, I think we can. Hold on, I'm getting my electric guitar. Running out of time. It's probably not in tune. I don't even know what I'm gonna play. I'm just doing this because Sable said how many guitars do I have, and I find it hilarious that I have
Quick,
this
get all of them!
tiny, tiny amp. Ugh. All right, let's get this plugged in. I can do this while I'm doing the beach run. Sure. You don't need 2 hands to play guitar, do you? I guess if you're doing hammer-ons.
Don't forget the watermelon!
Don't forget the what? Oh my gosh, good point. All right, we're gonna beat it. Let's turn this baby up to 11. Oh, come on. Why isn't it? I don't see it. It's not coming on. All that effort. Maybe the battery's dead? Maybe I put it in the wrong way. Oh, okay. Well, it's worth a try. Yeah, it's a tiny little pocket amp. All right, we're headed over to the watermelons. Calling Yorda there helps the camera not do weird stuff so I can run in a straight enough line to them. Kind of annoying. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
And also just shout me when it's time as well.
Okay, well, we got to throw one at her first, remember? Supposedly hopping's a tiny bit faster, but...
It's a good thing there's plenty of watermelons if you miss.
Oh yeah, there's plenty. I think it was Crooked Mantis who like tested it out, and so he's got this picture of like tons of watermelons broken all nearby Yorda. It's pretty amazing. I mean, yeah, we missed sub 140 because we've been goofing off, but who cares? We are going to go a little overestimate, though. I do apologize for that.
At the moment we're at 141.
The estimate was 142.
Yeah.
If I hadn't been done hanging over the waterfall. Hey, look, he's a horned frog. Get it? His horns, and he's
Because
hopping.
he's eco and he has horns.
Oh, this is really cool too. Watch what happens to the watermelon when you like get too far deep.
Cause I'm in too deep.
They thought of everything in this game.
Aw, that's cute.
Sable drive. I can't even get 140 in game. You could if you tried. All right, we gotta be. I don't know how far he throws it. Should we try from like here? Oh wow, he just like threw it straight down. That's not a good throw. He throws it differently from the other.
Oh no!
One more try?
Yeah, I'm waiting for everyone to join the setup tech
Oh, okay.
room.
All right,
So...
we can do this for a while then.
Yeah.
So we still got a chance for world record of watermelon and face percent.
Woo!
And I've got a... Man, he really just like throws it straight down, huh? Gosh, it's so far to get back over there. Fun fact, you can't actually run here inside this little stone.
So whilst we're doing that, I also have a little donation from As in Gamer 3000. It's 3.45 euros, and I love this message. Here's another $5 in Monopoly money because apparently the exchange rate is 69 euro cents to the dollar. Nice.
Nice. You mean dollary dues?
Didgeridoo doos.
What did you call it? Dollarinos.
Dollarinos.
Why did I change
Yeah.
it to
So US dollar is dollarino and Australian dollars is dollaridoos. So you have to differentiate between yes.
This is
Didgeridoos.
This is educational.
Yeah.
Didgeridollars?
Didgeridollars.
Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-bum. One more try. And then we'll get the real waterfall. Oh, I see everyone showing up and set up, and I want to say hi to them, but we're in a broadcast, so.
We're gonna cut the break straight after this run, and I'll give you the give everyone the go ahead to start talking when we're safe. I also need to manually drag everyone into this channel one by one, so it's gonna be fun.
Ooh, fun.
What are Canadian dollars? We have loonies and toonies.
Okay, let's try a little bit closer. Boom! Worth it. Oh, sorry I gave it away.
She's still unconscious.
That was such a good throw. That was like dead center. I'm so happy with that. That made up for all. That's like me just taking up my frustration on her not climbing up either ladder in East or West Arena. Now she has a concussion. We didn't hit her in the head. At most, she has internal bleeding, like in the stomach area. uh, me continuing to make a great first impression on Barry. At least she'll wake up surrounded by snacks. See, that's the thing. Like, she
Yummy.
can just start eating right away.
You know, I can't imagine she's had a lot of food in the birdcage, so we're actually getting her like a full like deli platter of watermelon right now.
Mm-hmm. I do like the novelization, how it explains what happens to Yorda in that cage, and also why the castle, like, all the torches are still lit and stuff, even though it's like super old and no one's been taking care of it. It's got this really cool like explanation of essentially why the castle's kind of frozen in time, and it's really neat. The novelization's so good, and it adds an extra twist to the already twist ending that we have of the shadows are boys. So highly recommend Eco Castle in the Mist by whoever wrote it. I need to get better at saying that person's name
By
and
whoever
knowing
wrote
it.
it.
It's a lady who is from Japan, who of course loved Eco, but then also has like is a very popular young adult novelist, and it's so creepy. It's such a good novel. It's so creepy. Two of the chapters are about like Eco and Yorda's backstory, and the other two are them making their way through the castle. Are coming up on time soon, and time.
So we hit Yoda with watermelon in
That added like
1 hour, 46 minutes and 43 seconds. Can I get some GGs in chat?
that took us like an extra 5 minutes just at the end. I love it.
Uh,
Oh, it was still showing the watermelon as he walked up. Did you see that?
oh
That
wow.
was great. Oh my gosh, it's like scattered all over. That's awesome. Worth it. That is so good. Oh, that was fun. Sorry my amp didn't kick in. I'm not sure what's causing it to not work.
I totally did not just drop something. Not at all.
Of course not. Nope.
No,
I didn't hear you
I
drop
didn't.
anything
A
either.
bunch of stuff didn't go everywhere.
Yep.
Alright, so that is the end of the NG plus Eco run. Have you got any final words for this run before you go take a power nap?
Thanks everybody for watching, for all the donations. Keep hanging with us. We've got lots of great content coming up, and I'll be back to help commentate with Sable Dragon Rook for the TLG race.
Awesome, so with that I'm going to cut to an intermission and get that big race set up. It's going to hopefully not take me too long. I have to get everyone up to speed on the plan. So I'll see you all in just a moment.
Oh, I got the amp working!
Woo!
Let's put it in overdrive.